All right, we received another package for a review by Hookie Road. All right, as we open the package, we get 3 boxes containing all the hardware and such. And then the bottom of it is the main mounting plate, which is fairly heavy. I'm thinking it's steel probably, powder coated. And then there's the sides. We're going to assemble all that together per instructions. So what we're working on today is a spare tire basket. I lay out all the parts. So the main basket, the sides, the supports, some more supports. You got these straps that will hold it to the spare tire and all the hardware here. You will need a 4mm and a 5mm Allen. You'll need a 10mm and a 13mm. I'm just using power tools here. So let's get this thing together and see how it turns out. So, like with any accessory, they will mount on your already overloaded, over the gross and net whatever weight vehicle rating. You're gonna find a lot of this stuff is simply, I mean, the idea is great, the concept of space use is great, but the weight of things are just weird. Now you have to understand that manufacturer, when they create this, they build it obviously, you know, not wanting for it to fall apart for some reason, right? And then another one is they're not thinking about the weight issue. So I don't believe this has been fine-tuned engineered where, you know, for example, anything that has a rating of say 100 pounds of static weight or whatever, it could be utilized in this thinness or thickness of steel and can be formed in this specific way in order to hold the shape and not bend or whatever. So what we got is looks like a 16th plus powder coat steel plates here. These are the edges. I see a little bit thicker gauge here. So I'm gonna say this is probably, instead of 0.63, this is like an 0.8 maybe. And then we're going up to almost, looks like 100th. So this is just under an 1/8 thickness of this bracketry here. And then they have the support pieces, which are also about 1/16 on each side. All together, and I should probably go get a scale, huh? All together, I mean, I can handle this myself, and by no means am I a very strong person, but I can handle putting this on the tire. It's very simple. I ended up shedding weight by removing extra bolts, which I don't believe are necessary from my point of view. This is just strictly my point of view. These probably should retain here. And you know, you could almost rivet all this as well, just in a thought. Now I did go with the nut out and bolt in, simply for the fact that if you put nuts and extra studs inside, you're going to be scratching your boxes or whatever, right? I don't really care. I'm not concerned about scratching myself on this stuff because I'm well aware of the circumstances I'm in. For those who are going to get hurt by this, that's your problem. That's considering, you know, when you're on my gear, so to speak. So, you know, pay attention. But it makes this assembly a lot easier because you just got to reuse the impact. I barely had to use the actual Allen wrench because you just hold the bolt a little bit with your finger. And then once this thing threads, this will do job just fine. Now, obviously, the manufacturer meant to have the bolt. So we're talking about like this, bolt outside and not on the inside. Granted, yes, they could be done for the simplicity of assembly purposes. I did it the other way. I don't really care for the looks. I don't really care how, in general, things come out. Now, the problem now with this hardware is if you look at all these nuts, you know, they're luck nuts, or so they're not nylocks. They have these grooves which prevent them from loosening. But what happens when you tighten is you're going to end up chipping or breaking the paint, and I bet you this is not very high quality powder coat in general. I mean, it looks good, but I've seen some spots where the due diligence was not done very, very well. I mean, obviously this is not a double powder coat job. This is just a basic powder coating. Granted, for the price that this is offered at, totally worth it. Totally advise to get it if you want to. If you know me well enough, if you watch my channel well enough, me building things, I've been wanting to build one of my own for the longest time. In my opinion, this thing is just too large. Let's put this on and see how it looks. So to make it fair, we're adding 42.2 pounds. So this is 2 straps, all the hardware they included. There's brackets to mount on the side in order to mount your fuel cans and water cans and whatnot. So 43 pounds. So we're talking about 20 kilos pretty much. You're gonna be adding with that accessory there. All right. So make your own conclusions. This is 43 pound weight. Straps, sharper metallic corners here. So what I've done is I've taken the strap, laid it under the main tightening strap to protect that. Now wheels, what kind of wheels you have, what areas are gonna rub, how long this is gonna last. Ratchets are really nice. These are real nice straps. I mean, overall quality of this product is very impressive. Don't get me wrong. Check them out. For those who are looking for a simple solution to throw something up to mount a couple of cans. So don't hold me to it, but I believe. So these 4 openings, just like the ones I make for my multi panel here, I believe they're meant to mount your fuel cans by... let's see, we got it like this, but this probably goes on this side, maybe like this. I think I have them the wrong way. Yep, there we go. I think this way you'll get a better way to put those fuel cans in here. Gosh, what was the name? I'm gonna say Maxtrax, but Maxtrax is different. So I guess you could throw your Maxtrax up there now. So, but stay tuned, you might find a different product I'll show you a little bit later. In some time, I'm in the development of some different. Now, again, you should be able to put your treasure wherever that mine is. I threw it somewhere. I don't know where it is. So here we go.